Hello, this is Rika, an electric workshop learning guide. Today's lesson is about simple application through overcurrent relay, 4 relays, and PLC. There is a PLC input-output part on the right side of the screen and a time chart for PLC operation below. Look at PLC I/O. The input has a relay X4 contact. Relay X4 contact is input when the overcurrent relay EOCR trips. And below, there are 2 selector switches B and A, and below that, there are push buttons PB0 and limit switches LS1 and LS2. The outputs have relays X1, X2, X3, below which are lamp YL, buzzer BZ, lamp GL3. Now, learn about the time chart configuration below. First of all, if there is an X4 relay contact input, the YL lamp and the BZ buzzer alternately operate at intervals of 1 second every 2 seconds. And the SSB below is the B contact of the selector switch SS, and when the user returns it, SSB input stops and SSA input starts. When the selector switch SS input is present, it starts operating according to the push button PB0 input below it. When the user inputs the PB0 push button, the GL3 lamp below turns on and off at 1 second intervals in a 2-second cycle. And according to the limit switch LS1 input, the X2 relay power supply starts. And according to the limit switch LS2 input, X2 relay power is cut off and X3 relay power supply starts. X2, X3 relay power is controlled according to LS1, LS2 limit switch input. Check that the time chart is separated through the selector switch SS. Now, let's look at each PLC wiring configuration part and PLC ladder part. We will also check the behavior of the given ladder results emulator and look at the results in our simulation.
Input on. Wiring breaker. Overcurrent relay trip generation. Overcurrent relay trip release. Input on. SS. Press the button. PB0. Release the button. PB0. Input on. LS1. Input off. LS1. Input on. LS2. Input off. LS2. Input on. LS1. Input off. LS1. Input on. LS2. Input off. LS2. Input off, SS. Input on, SS. Press the button, PB0. Release the button, PB0. Input on, LS1. Input off, LS1. Overcurrent relay trip generation. Overcurrent relay trip release. Input off, SS. Input off, wiring breaker. Input on, wiring breaker. Overcurrent relay trip generation. Overcurrent relay trip release. Input on, SS. Press the button, PB0. Release the button, PB0. Input on, LS1. Input off, LS1. Input on, LS2. Input off, LS2. Input on, LS1. Input off, LS1. Input on, LS2. Input off, LS2. Input off, SS. Input on, SS. Press the button, PB0. Release the button, PB0. Input on, LS1. Input off, LS1. Overcurrent relay trip generation. Overcurrent relay trip release. Input off, SS. Input off, wiring breaker.
Thank you for watching. Check out the subscription and the like button. We will make more and more learning videos. Any other questions would be appreciated if you leave them in the comments below the video. We wish you a nice day.